right now.
The story you haven't heard behind some of your favorite hotspots.
They told me I couldn't do this. They told me I couldn't probably be running this company after we had 11 restaurants. They said you probably maybe will make it to 20.
Lauren Bailey dishes on the rise from rookie to master restaurateur.
Plus, in the chat.
Here's a good question. Could you start to love something that you actually hate?
And in tonight's Not Done Yeta.
You're about to see a game play out.
This is the craziest thing I've ever done.
It's the newest reality show stacked with reality TV royalty. A sneak peek of Got to Get Out with actor and host Simu Leo. That's all coming up on this brand new episode of Arizona's Family Original with me, Yetta Gibson.
All right, if you live in Arizona, you've likely dined at restaurants by a company called Upward Projects. Restaurants like Postino, Joyride, Windsor. There are spots all over the valley in Central Phoenix, Arcadia, Scottsdale, and most recently, Peoria. And the eateries are not just here in Arizona. People across the country also get to enjoy not just the delicious food, but the vibe. For the restaurant's co-creator, it's all about how the place makes you feel. She puts a lot of thought and detail into making sure your food and your visit is memorable. Her name is Lauren.
And then you can see like we do these, no two Postinos is ever alike. And so we do these different fabrics and stuff, and we'll start to put together like all these schematics. And then this is from our archive of vintage lighting.
I caught up with Lauren Bailey in her office in downtown Phoenix that doubles as a massive storage space.
We know these are in storage, and like this stuff is in storage.
Oh, this is all the stuff that you have curated.
All of this unique decor she randomly picks up and stores here. These pieces will eventually be on display at Lauren's upcoming restaurants. She is the co-creator of Postino, Federal Pizza, Windsor, Churn, and Joyride.
Do you have a favorite one?
Can't pick a favorite child.
I'm just saying, sometimes people do it.
Lauren chose this room for our interview, which looks more like a vision board on steroids.
Where are we?
We are in the design den,
Okay.
which actually not very many people get to see the magic, like behind the curtains, how this all happens.
Yes, and you know, you go to the restaurant, you have such a fabulous vibe there, and you don't realize that you guys are putting in work to make the vibe just that.
You know, I think from the beginning it started off with Craig and I both like not having any money, so we had to get creative. It was like this, like, okay, we can't afford to hire a designer, much less like afford the things that they would want us to put in here, so we're gonna have to get really thoughtful.
On the walls are all of the plans of her existing and upcoming restaurants. How she and her business partner ended up with an exploding portfolio of successful restaurants across the country starts with Lauren and Indiana.
What were you going to do as a kid when people said, what are you going to do when you grow up? What were you going to do?
You know, my mom was, looking back, my mom was always making me do things I didn't want to do. She doesn't want to admit this now, but she used to drop me off at the grocery store when I was 6 years old, and she'd give me a list and be like, I'll wait out here, go get this stuff. She was always pushing me. That was sort of, when I look back, the impetus of kind of having the guts to do this and like not talk yourself out of it. Like, I think that as humans, we have gotten really good at talking ourselves out of things, and my mom at a very young age taught me how to talk myself into something or like figure it out or be uncomfortable.
That mindset stuck with Lauren through different stages of her life. In college, her parents' divorce led her to find ways to pay for tuition and not quit, which is why she once fudged her resume to make money at the then bustling PF Chang's.
Yeah, I got through the first night of training and the guy's like, you never worked in a restaurant before. And I said, ugh. I'm like, no, but I really need this job and you gotta like help me out. You know, I'm gonna have to go home. And he's like, fine, you memorize everything in this big binder and stay up all night and memorize all there was to know about PF Chang's. Wow. And that's how I got into the restaurant business.
Working her way through college, ASU, Lauren gained more experience working at other restaurants, but set her sights on art.
My dad had like freaked me out about like, what are you gonna do with this when you're older and whatever. So technically I had a communications degree, but I took enough art classes to, she says to me, like, you need 2 more art classes to get a full other degree. Oh, and by the way, you can get those in Italy. And I was like, where do I sign?
So you went to Italy.
Yeah.
After Italy, she was back to Phoenix and landed a job with one of the masters of restaurant concepts.
I started working for Sam Fox, and he's been a mentor to me for a long time, and just really inspiring me.
She left Arizona, then moving to Nantucket with plans to earn money in the busy summer season there to finally open up her own spot. She saved up $30,000.
Honestly, in my mind, I thought we could open 2 restaurants for that. Like, here we go. So I came back here, I met Craig DeMarco, and I had my $30,000. And then I started realizing, like, this isn't gonna get me too far. And I ended up buying these tables from him. And he's like, what are you gonna do with those tables? And I said, I'm gonna open my own restaurant. He's like, well, tell me more.
The rest is history. Lauren says she and Craig immediately clicked, realizing they had the same idea of restaurant ownership, giving patrons a culinary experience and a space to make memories. That was the vibe they wanted to create.
Yeah, like we were like, we'll be able to wear whatever we want. We'll pool tips so everybody's in it together. We'll make it fun, and we'll take care of guests.
Yeah.
And the rest will work out.
So you never really had another idea for a career. It just kind of unfolded for you.
I think in some ways it sort of found me.
Her love for art provided her the vision she needed for the unique designs you see at her restaurants, and her strong intuition helped with the vibe you feel.
What would people be surprised to hear about you that they would not know unless you...
I'm kind of an open book. Like, I don't have that great of a memory. I think people would be surprised to know that I actually am like really sensitive.
Lauren says she once had a shaman clear the energy in the space she was opening up a new restaurant.
I'm a Pisces, like, just, I feel energies and like I take on a lot. Like, I think I have a tendency to, if you work here or you have something to do with this and there's something going on with you, like they all know this, I'll be like, what's up?
Is that not me, guys? We're twins. I walk in, I'm like, whoa, what's...
Yeah, there's energy going. Like,
okay.
They jokingly will be like, you are, like call me a city witch. Like, it's like, I got the vibe, and they can't avoid it. Like, they know
So
this.
people wouldn't know you're a city witch. Boom, there's the answer. City witch. All right. I'm like, yeah.
With all of the attention to detail Lauren and her team put into these restaurants, sometimes the execution is still not perfect.
And when you go there, like, have a deep, long look at the stairs, because when they were supposed to come in, they're about 5 times that big. Like, whoever drew them incorrectly.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Regardless, all of the grind paid off.
We have 2,700 employees across the country now.
Lauren is a very busy woman now who made her dream come true, despite the naysayers.
When people they told me I couldn't do this. They told me I couldn't probably be running this company after we had 11 restaurants. They said, you probably maybe will make it to 20. And even Sam said, Lauren, like 20 is tough. So we got to 20 and I was like, bring it on, what's next? And every time it was just like, I'm just gonna figure it out. It was this mentality of like, I'm not getting there.
What's your busiest one?
It vacillates between Postino East, Postino Annex, Kierland, and Highland.
Now, 39 restaurants strong, Lauren says she is confident, but remains very realistic.
We literally just opened our Postino in Peoria, and last night it's like 2 in the morning, and I'm like on my phone looking at Yelp and reading the reviews and being like, please God, let people show up. I don't think you ever shake that.
Right.
You just never do.
Your story is insane. I'm wondering though, do you ever take a beat and go into your restaurants and look around and go, wow, I cannot believe that this is where I ended up?
No, I go in the restaurants, I'm like, why were there fingerprints on the windows?
That's what I thought. You know, you got to have a sense of pride, because now people are going to see that this is, everything that you're talking about now and every thought that you have put in this restaurant is deep. And so the experience that people have in there, they will appreciate more because they can tell that you care from every angle of what you're doing with this restaurant.
We try to. All this stuff we just hang here because it's gonna go in. This one we did a wall of, we cut these TVs in half and we did a wall of TVs in Nashville.
Yeah.
It was fun.
This is cool. So are these gonna go in a restaurant?
They're backups from like if one falls or breaks. We just wanna make it great for people. Like if you think about it, like most of your best experiences, biggest decisions, hallmark moments have happened over a table.
These are memories people are making at your places.
Huge. And guess what? We're not the dentist. Like 98% of people, this is like the best part of their day.
Yeah.
And then we get to do that. That's awesome.
Upward Projects is adding 3 new Postino locations over the next year, and a second federal pizza is coming to Paradise Valley this year. And coming up, can you learn to love something you hate? Maybe something good for you, like running on the treadmill, your in-laws.
You weigh in as a popular influencer enters the chat. She dishes on hating Arizona, but making content to love it.
And in tonight's Not Done Yetta.
Spencer Pratt literally hid himself in a can of garbage to be taken out with the trash.
Crafting crazy escapes for a chance at $1 million. We go one-on-one with actor Simu Leo for a sneak peek of the newest reality show, Got to Get Out. All of that coming up on this Arizona's Family original with me, Yetta Gibson.
I live in Arizona and I hate it here, so let's find the good. You guys have been urging me to get my hands on this viral sandwich, so I headed to First and Last.
All right, so tell us how you really feel. That's how a popular influencer starts some of her content, and it's inspired by my question to you this week for our In the Chat segment. Check this out. Here's a good question. Could you start to love something that you actually hate? You know, maybe something good for you, like running on the treadmill, your in-laws. Should you learn to love them if you hate them? And sometimes things are good for you that you hate doing, but you need to start loving it. Should you figure out how to start loving it so you can be a little bit more happy, or should you get rid of it? This is going to be a good one. Let's talk about it. So we got some really funny responses to this one. One person quoted Mike Tyson saying, "You need to do the thing like you love it." And another person said they need a beautiful kitchen overlooking the ocean to enjoy what they hate, which is cooking. I understand that. So joining me this week is a very special guest, Arizona content creator, Destiny Liley or Liley. Thank you for being here. First of all, if you don't recognize her name and her face, you recognize the videos because she starts everything with,
I live in Arizona and I hate it here.
okay. Do you really hate Arizona that much?
You know, hate, maybe not the best word.
Okay.
But I don't love it here. But I'm trying to take active steps every day to find the things that are good here.
Okay, and tell me what. First of all, before we get into your content, tell me what's your problem. Let's work this out.
Okay.
What's your problem with Arizona?
So really, it more so stems from I was living my life, having the best time ever. Ended up out here under circumstances that weren't ideal. You know, I didn't want to come here.
Okay.
My parents basically moved here and were like, you need to get out here.
You followed the parents.
Followed the parents,
okay.
and I didn't want to come here.
Okay, so this question was almost for you. So you have to learn to love it.
Yes.
And that's what you're doing
and that's
through
what
these
I'm doing.
videos.
That's what
okay,
I'm doing.
Tell me about your videos and what you do, because they are entertaining. After we get through that first line, you actually have some really good content for people who are looking for things to do here.
Right. So one day I was just walking around. It was a hot day, and we know how the heat is. And I just pulled out my camera and I said, I live in Arizona and I hate it here.
Yeah.
And I just put it out there, and it kind of made me open my eyes and say, you know what? Let's find the things that you do like. Let's find the good.
Wow.
And so I found myself out for drinks or out for dinner or out with friends for food or, you know, different events, and was like, let's show other people these things here in case they're in the same boat.
Yeah, and what are you learning to love about Arizona through your videos and through all of the adventures? I mean, this one right here, where were you?
This was a roommate speed dating event.
Okay. So what have you learned to love through all of these adventures that you've been documenting? Not the speed dating thing, apparently.
Not the speed dating, but I'm learning to kind of immerse myself and find those elements of Phoenix culture and kind of what Phoenix brings.
Yeah.
For the valley.
Oh, I'm not convinced.
I'm not either.
What about the food? Is there just a sliver of something?
I'm trying to think. Let's see.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Destiny.
I know.
What has been your biggest video, the one that got the most likes and comments?
Speed
and
dating.
things? Oh, okay. What do people want to know about that? I'm trying, folks.
I know.
I am trying.
I think people are just genuinely curious about what the dating scene is in Phoenix in general, and no one's talking about it. But we're all going through it and we're all struggling, but no one's talking about it. So I'm hoping to shed a little light on what it's like to really put yourself out there.
Okay, and what do you, maybe you haven't discovered it yet and Phoenix actually has it or the Valley actually have it, but what are you looking at? Is there something that you're interested in finding and putting on your page?
There's nothing specific.
Oh, nothing?
Nothing.
So you're just learning as you go?
I'm just learning as I go.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the question that I put out to all of the folks.
Sure.
How do you start to love what you hate? Because I'm not convinced you moved away from hate that far, and you're not going into the like and then eventually love category. So how are you gonna go about this?
Totally. And instead, I like to focus on the fact of it's okay to not be obsessed with your circumstances or where you live. Or, you know, I feel like we need to break that. Yeah, it's okay to be like, I'm here, I don't love it. How can I make lemons out of lemonade?
Right.
Lemonade out of lemons. Yeah. Make lemons out of lemonade, both. But I think the key for me is just immersing myself in these experiences and really getting out there.
Just go there.
Just go there, and you'll start to see, you know, what the good is out there, and it might start to change the way you feel.
Aside from the stuff that you showcase and people talking about, you know, restaurants and speed dating and things like that, what did people have to say about your line? Because you start every video with that. Were they okay with it? Did they think it was funny, or were people, you know, kind of perturbed, or did they give their opinions on just that part?
In the very beginning, many people gave their opinions on that first line. Saying if you don't like it, you need to leave. And people really get personal about their love for Arizona, which I get it. But over time, I'm starting to get more feedback of people in the same boat saying, hey, I moved here, I'm not loving it, but thank you for showing me these cool things.
And there are a lot of people moving here, so a lot of people understand. Let me know what I can do to help you be okay, and we can change that punchline in the beginning of your videos.
I don't know if we're ever going to change it.
Well, we might be able to.
Yeah, I live in Arizona, and I kind of like it.
I kind of like it. We can maybe change it to that. Destiny, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being here. All right, here's what's coming up next.
I could literally taste the money.
They can wait out the clock and split that money with everybody else, or make their escape and steal the money for themselves.
We're prisoners, and we're prison guards.
You know this one looks good. Coming up next, a sneak peek at a brand new reality show pinning reality rookies versus royalty. Actor and host Simu Liu, yes, the Marvel superhero, dishes on the show and his brand new gig. That's coming up. Stop. Now it's time for tonight's Not Done Yet, a one-on-one with the host of what may become a very popular reality TV series. This show certainly has the star-studded cast for success. Simone has the scoop on this one.
20 strangers locked in a house. Yes! They will receive clues to help them escape and steal a prize climbing to $1 million. What's stopping them? Each other.
We need to make sure nobody gets out.
We have to pull the lever to sound the alarm and hit the button to close the gate.
They're running! Somebody's running!
Hit the button!
It is the exciting new reality show hitting Hulu this week. Got to Get Out pins reality TV stars and reality TV rookies, all for a $1 million prize. And hey, if that doesn't make you want to tune in, maybe this will. You may know this host as a Ken in Barbie or a Marvel superhero. And joining us to talk more about the new show is actor and host Simu Liu. Simu, thank you so much for talking with us. Wow, what an experience. What was this like for you?
It was pretty great. I get to, sit back and kind of commentate on everything that's going on inside the house. And it really was an incredible run. We had 20 contestants. Half of them are these kind of iconic reality TV personalities and legends, and the other half are kind of these regular people. And it was great kind of getting to watch all of the relationships develop, getting to watch these exit strategies that come up, and honestly, these aren't professional escape artists, so some of the plans are pretty they're pretty hilarious. Like, for example, we had one where Spencer Pratt literally hid himself in a can of garbage to be taken out with the trash. And I just think that tells you everything you need to know about what our show is. It's one of the more free-flowing kind of competition formats where really the cast get to dictate everything. If Spencer Pratt wants to hide himself in trash, then that's what he's gonna do. And us, for us as producers, we just have to kind of roll with that and cover that. And it's that and many more the hilarious and ultimately ill-fated escape attempts that happen.
I love that you bring up Spencer because in the promotion for the show, he says it's one of the craziest things he's ever done. I have to ask, was there a contestant that surprised you that you weren't expecting to maybe perform the way that they did?
There is a lot that surprised me, and Spencer definitely was one of them. Susan from The Golden Bachelor was a hit. I think people. I don't want to give away why. I don't want to give away whether that's a fun surprise or like another thing, but she definitely does something during one of these heists that is incredibly memorable. And yeah, I can't give away too much, but I can't wait for people to see it because it is so insanely watchable.
You are definitely selling it because I am like, I need to watch the show. I need to find out what happens. Now, you, of course, are no stranger to the action, being a part of the Marvel universe. How does this compare to what you do with Marvel?
Yeah, it's a little bit easier. Definitely less fight choreography and wire work. But I love hosting. Hosting is a lot of fun. It's this kind of like other side hustle that has kind of evolved. And it started from, back when I hosted SNL all these years ago, but it's become just like a really fun outlet for some of my, creativity and just getting to kind of sit back and riff and make jokes at, these reality stars' expense is honestly, it's a lot of fun.
I have to ask, the process of, landing this gig and finding out, what was your reaction when you kind of knew that you were going to get to do this?
Oh, it was great. I mean, I'm, working with the producers to kind of figure out the tone of the show. I mean, it's a different kind of muscle for sure, but at the end of the day, it's entertainment and it's storytelling, and I think. I think I definitely have aspirations to kind of continue to be a producer in all forms, and it's been a lot of fun kind of getting to sit in that chair and put that hat on and to get to learn some new things.
I was watching previous interviews of you, and I think you mentioned, it might have been on Colbert, you said, I don't want my 15 minutes to end. Well, sir, certainly you are not going anywhere anytime soon. We are so thrilled to see you as part of this project, and congratulations. We can't wait to watch it.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, and don't forget that Got to Get Out premieres on Hulu this Friday. Thanks to Simu so much for joining us.
What an interesting show. Simone, thank you, and thank you for joining us for this Arizona's Family original. You can connect with us for more behind-the-scenes stuff. We will see you again next week.
We got
puppy dog eyes.
Please, we want to meet her. We want to be friends with her.
She's famous extra.
This.
Do it. He's the like legit. Middle is supply chain. We've got.
I can't concentrate. My
wine
steps
and
are
beer.
These steps
You
are
have
too
to be fabulous going down the mid-century.
Okay, sorry.
banking
Okay, now
steps.
finish.